Yeah, what up YouTube? It's your boy Denali, aka Don Squally, back at you guys with another Forza 6 build video, man. In this one, we have a request from Top Gear Tim on YouTube. He wants to see a R32 track build. So what we're gonna do, obviously, first and foremost, jump up into the find car section of the game and see if we can't find ourselves an R32. Now the R32s produced between 2002 and 2005, so that is the specific year that we are looking for. So we're just gonna scroll down. There we have an 03 R32. That's our gem right there. Let's just check out our other options for Volkswagen, just in case you guys want to make a recommendation down in the comment section. But for this video specifically, we are gonna jump into this 2003 R32 for 24,000 credits. Let's go ahead and buy this beast up. Now, if I were to have an R32, they did not come from the manufacturer in a yellow. I believe the previous year, which you just saw us start in, did come in the yellow. But for this year, I think we are gonna put the factory red paint. Now, a buddy of mine in high school did have one of these R32s. I believe it was some anniversary edition. I don't know what year it would have been, but it looked similar to this. So we're gonna go ahead and see if we can't replicate that build in this one. Now, since we are doing a track build, not a race build, which a lot of you guys, that has been a big focus on this channel. For this one, we are actually gonna focus on making this car fast and handle. So first and foremost, let's check out our options for the powertrain. We're gonna go ahead and leave the stock powertrain that's in here. This turbo rally, we don't want to get too crazy. Want it to be nice and manageable. Drivetrain swap, obviously we have the all-wheel drive. Wouldn't be an R32 without that all-wheel drive. We're going to go ahead and leave that the way it is. Back on up here and check out our options for aspiration. Now, naturally aspirated, what are we making here? 180 kilowatts. I want to say that's about 250, 260 kilowatts. What I'm thinking is normally I would do a turbocharger, single turbo on a build like this. Since the single turbo is going to give us more power, it is going to have a little bit of lag. As you can see, actually the twin turbo is lagging a little bit more, I have to say. We're gonna go with the stock turbocharger just because I want to get a little bit of that blow off noise happening here. So let's back it up. Check out our options for the body kits. Now, I want to make this kind of the poor man's Porsche, so we're going to try to make it as sporty as possible, however, still maintaining the functionality. Now, I got to be 100% honest with you guys. I'm just liking that stock front bumper, man, so we're going to go ahead and leave that the way it is. Check out our options for wings. Now, I did like that first one. Wings West, always coming hard. We're going to go ahead and add up this, what is that? I can't even read that, man. That's pretty messed up. Yeah, it's HD and I still can't read it, but that's just the way that she goes. Let's check out our options for that rear bumper. That's super race. If we were doing a race build, that would be where it's at. But man, I gotta say that R32 looking pretty fresh and where we want to be. Side skirts pretty much the same. If anything, that is a little bit subtle. I gotta say, they did a hell of a job, putting a body kit and front bumper and making this thing look like a beast straight from the factory. I don't know about that hood scoop. Looks a little bit of goofy on that car, so we're going to go ahead and leave that the way that it is. Now, because this is going to be a track build, race tire compound all around. If we were going to do a quarter mile build, which we can still do a run in the quarter mile, we would go with those drag tires. But for now, we are just going to widen up the rubber, put on a nice racing tire compound. Now, let's get ourselves a nice spokey wheel. I'm thinking something nice with, let's see here, right here with a nice spoke on it. That's looking good. What I would like to see is maybe one or two more spokes. Let's see if we can find that. If not, that is looking like a pretty good option. I'm liking the 5 spokes too. I gotta be 100% honest with you guys. If I'm going to be honest with you guys, which I always am, I always keep it 100. Left wing, I'm going to throw these on there because we got a nice little, like, surprisingly, we got a, like, not really a dish, but they kind of go in a little bit. and they are just looking super sick. Let's go ahead and install those. I don't gotta see nothing else. Usually I would take my time on that. Boost them up to a 19. Now we are gonna have to lower this car just to get that wheel gap all cleaned up. But for now, those wheels are looking pretty dope. Clutch, obviously, we're gonna throw a race clutch on there. Transmission, we are going to put the street transmission just so we can make a little bit of an adjustment if we have to. And that differential, we're gonna go race diff just so we can adjust the power from the front to the back. So let's add on brakes, because you guys know we need that. Those red calipers make this thing look so sick. I gotta say, keep in mind we are going for the the poor man's Porsche. Look at those wheels, man. These things look sick, bro. So we are gonna go ahead and put in the anti-roll bars front and back. Do a little bit of weight reduction, I'm thinking here. As you can see, this is bringing us into A class. So what I think we're gonna do now that we're concentrating on the power is top this thing out at about 699. So we're gonna go ahead, start the modding up. Lots of power from the intake already. Exhaust giving us even more. Look at that. And what we're gonna do, obviously, boost up that turbo. 698 performance points, 300 kilowatts, which I want to say is sitting right around 400 horsepower. I don't know, you guys can do the conversion for me if you're on your computer. Throw that down on Google. Let me know in the comments exactly what that horsepower is. But like I say, maxing it out in A class, because with these track cars, I really like to keep them subtle, like to keep them, where I can keep the thing on the track and it's not going to get too crazy. So we're going to go ahead, leave that the way that it is, jump into the tuning section here. Now, a lot of guys said my tuning is crap. Couldn't agree more, man. I don't really know what I'm doing here. I just like to mess around here, make the thing look fresh. So we're gonna add a little bit of camber on that biatch. Anti-roll bars, leave them the way they are. Stiff springs. I don't know why I like a stiff ride. Now, a lot of people said down in the comments on one of my videos that actually stiff ride is gonna give you a very bad launch and handling. Now, I have not noticed that in this game specifically. Maybe in real life that might be the case, but for now we are just gonna go ahead and do our thing here. Braking, differential, everything's looking good. We're at 50-50 front and rear, which is where we want to be with an all-wheel drive setup. So this thing is all tuned up. So let's go and paint up the car. Now, this thing's already looking dope. Normally I would say paint those chrome wheels, but I have to say they honestly don't look that bad on this thing. Like I say, a nice ass poke. If I was gonna do anything, I'd go black with the black wheels. Let's just have a little look here with the black wheels and a black tint on here, which I am still gonna tint the windows. But us keeping the alloy or chrome finish on these wheels is kind of rare. And since I do like them on this car, we're gonna go ahead and leave them the way they are. What do you guys think? Blacked out hood, no blacked out hood. Blacked out hood, no blacked out hood. We're gonna go no blacked out hood. Let me know what you guys would have done down in the comments section. Normally I would have blacked it out, but man, look at this thing. Honestly, it's simply clean, just a really nice setup. So we're gonna go ahead, save this to the current car. Now, normally I wouldn't even bother with the decals, but because we haven't done really much to the paint scheme, I want to just add one tiny little touch on here. So let's go ahead, apply the decals in here. Now I want to put on a manufacturer decal, something white. Sparko is looking about where we want to be. No, sorry Sparko, I didn't notice that there was that border there. So Sparko's not where we want to be. What do you guys think? Yokohama, Forza, the BF Goodrich? I guess Yokohama. Now what I did just want to do is just put a little decal right down on this bottom section here, because I think that is a nice little touch. Makes it look a little more race car like. So what we're gonna do is add that on there. Left side, insert all from left side, and we are just gonna back it up. This thing is looking sick. I want to hear how it sounds. I want to see how it drives. Now, I have been a big fan of the VWs. Gotta say, since high school, my favorite, specifically the VR6s, the Corrados, anything with a VR6, the Jetta, the Golfs. I think even a couple of the vans might have had VR6s in them at one point. those engines, my favorite. Now, I know that they are typically problematic, but they just sound so amazing, man. So I'm interested to see what the R32 sounds like with this power plant and a turbocharger. First and foremost, I want to take this bad boy to the drag strip. So we're going to go ahead, jump into the test track and run a quarter-mile drag and see what this thing will run. Now, they do start the quarter miles right off the bat, so we are just going to floor it, see what it takes to get to the end of this quarter mile. Now, you guys keep an eye on the speedometer and the time. Let me know down in the comments what this thing's running. I'm going to keep an eye on the time, not the speed. I know that I think it's this line right here. An 11.9, which is crazy respectable. People that are running 12s are like, you have to wear a helmet when you get into the 13s. 12s are like ludicrous for any kind of street car. So we're running 11.9 in this thing. So, I mean, it didn't sound like it was going that fast. But, man, I got to say, this thing's a beast, man. So let's take it out on the track. Let me know down in the comments which track you guys want to see. Now, I got a request to do Lime Rock. Seen a Haggard Garage video, Ricer Miata video online where they were running Lime Rock and drifting. Actually got kicked off of the track. Big shout outs to you guys, man. You know, gotta say, you guys, huge influence to make car videos, video game videos, and things like that. So we're gonna take it to Lime Rock. Let me know what you guys want to see me race on, and we'll get out there next video. Wow. Little bit of wheel spin. We are off. Since this is a track build, we are just gonna lap it. Now this thing does not rotate at all. I gotta say, all four wheels, like the back end doesn't come around. Like it starts to swing, but as soon as you hit the gas, like see how it's swinging? As soon as you hit the gas, it locks up and goes where you're pointing it. Very predictable, and that's what I like doing. That's why I like doing these builds that are in like A class, and you know, it's because that they're just usable. These vehicles are usable. They're not crazy horsepower. They still brake. They don't overshoot the turns. And you know, this build in particular, I knew this one was going to be good for the track because let's face it, the R32 is already like pretty much a track prep. Volkswagen, I mean, definitely made for the Autobahn, definitely not your run-of-the-mill Volkswagen base model. Oh, hit the brakes a little bit late there. He's going into the tires. Oh, luckily those tires don't do too much damage. So wasn't paying attention. I was trying to hit a nice top speed there. I was looking at the speedo and not the brake line. Those turns will come up on you quick. Let's just take a second to admire this sound, shall we? Absolutely sick, this car, man. Let's jump inside. Oh, and it's a left-hand drive. What do you know, man? USDM Volkswagen R32 for that ass. Actually, it's possible that in Europe the R32 was sold under a different name. Let me know down in the comments. You guys just got to do all the research for me because at this point in time, I'm playing a video game, man, and I don't have time to research all of this stuff. And these are just thoughts that are coming to my mind. Normally, I would do a little bit of research, which I did on this vehicle prior. So there's a few things that I do know, but a lot that I don't, man. So you Volkswagen fans, definitely help me out. Love the interior of these Volkswagens, man. They're simple, not too many crazy buttons. Everything is just, you know, it's there, it's where you want it to be. Big visible buttons, tachometer, not too many crazy gauges, unnecessary gauges and stuff like that. And it just handles like a dream, man. Let's get a couple of rolling shots of this beast. Look at those wheels, man. The fitment is absolutely on point. I'm going to try to keep her on the road. Could use a little bit of tint on those taillights to make it look absolutely perfect, but I got to say, man, this is one of those builds that it's gonna make me some cash, man, when I get it on the racetrack. And that's why I love doing these suggested builds, because you know, the Volkswagen that I started in before I did this video, that's the type of Volkswagen that I would have did. So for me to be in here and you know, taking a suggestion like this one is you know, it's big, man. So what we're gonna do, take our little screenshot here and put an end to this video. So I just want to say thank y'all mofos for watching. If you guys have any requests, comments, drop them down in the comments section. Don't forget to smash that like button for me. If you dislike the video, think I talk too much, don't forget to dislike the video as well, because I always like that feedback. And yeah, that's about it, man. So with that being said, I'm signing off. I'm your boy Don Squally. I just want to say thank y'all for watching. Catch y'all at the next one, man.